What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news, of course revolving around Kelly Oubre and all of the teams that have been kind of interested in. We've heard for a long time now that the New York Knicks might have been, potentially interested in him. The Golden State Warriors as well have kind of been a team that have been floating around like a bad smell and trying to re-sign him. It doesn't look like he really wants to come back. But now we know that the Miami Heat are extremely interested in signing Kelly Oubre in free agency, and this is all being reported by Yahoo Sports. Now, I don't actually mind Kelly Oubre for this team. I think they'd probably play him as like a small ball power forward type of situation because he can guard 1 through 4. He's not exactly the best shooter out there, but again, we do know that the Heat very much do value, of course, that mid-range, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if they did go after, to someone like Kelly Oubre. So it would be pretty interesting to see how this might, of course, all unfold. But hey, right now, the Miami Heat are in a really weird situation as Victor Oladipo, he tried so hard to get to the Miami Heat. Like, he did everything that he really possibly could by forging his way into the Miami Heat team. Then all of a sudden, there are reports saying that he's not happy and that there's a couple of issues going on with the team, and he might not be maybe re-signing. But I don't think he has any right to be saying anything like this because he's just been with the team, and it's a team that he's tried to get with for so long. He should be looking to take a pay cut to stay with this team because of how much he's wanted to be there, and they literally granted the wish of him, and then now there's reports saying that he's going to be still wanting 25 to 30 million a year. Let's take a news flash for this guy, Victor Oladipo. Mate, you're obviously not probably watching this video, but what are you doing? Why would you want that amount of money? You should be looking to take a pay cut on this Miami Heat team to ensure they go out and get more players, especially if you do like this team as much as what he says he could. And this could be the difference in the Heat signing players like Kelly Oubre. Let's just say they get this dude on $20 million, right? They'll have an extra $10 million to use on role players like Kelly Oubre. If they have to re-sign him back on $30 million, if they even re-sign him back on that much, but let's just say they did, they're probably not going to be able to get as many role players as what they possibly would be looking to try and get right now. But I just don't understand it. Kelly Oubre is going to be wanting a huge contract, though. There's reports saying that he's going to be wanting about $18 million a year. I believe it was a $64 million deal over 4 years. Something like that. So that would be interesting to see if he does want, to go that direction. But I just don't know if any team will really offer it to him. Look, he's got potential, but when I look at players like who are on $18 million, I think of like elite role players such as, who knows, players like Evan Fournier, who can average you like 20 points per game as a role player, as a catch and shoot type dude. That's who I consider to be making the $18 million like type of contracts, and not Kelly Oubre, who had a really bad season, was terrible from the 3-point line. I just don't see him getting that money. But if he wants to go to a Miami Heat team where he knows he'll be a really nice role player to this team, where he can play the small ball, probably power forward, that would really fit in with this team, defend his guy every night, do what he does best, I think the Heat will be one of the perfect teams for him to probably go to. And again, let's just say, who knows, they brought back Victor Oladipo on $20 million. Kelly Oubre can probably get he'll probably get about $10 to $15 million. I don't think he'll get anything more than that. Definitely not the $18 million deal, probably, that he does look like he is seeking in this free agency. But again, when we look at this, they also have quite a bit of cap, this Miami Heat team, as for those who didn't know, Trevor Ariza, who I believe is on $12 million or something like that, he will be a free agent. Andre Iguodala, who's on his last year, I think, of that $18 million deal, he'll be a free agent. So that's $30 million right there. Victor Oladipo will be a free agent. I think he's on 21, so that's $51 million. And Goran Dragic is on a $19 million team option, which they will decline. Yeah, they'll decline that. I think they'll have about $70 million to probably go out and try and work with, signing players back on bird rights and all of this stuff. I think what they will do is they will go ahead and sign Iggy and Trevor Ariza both back to the team. I think Iggy could definitely look to maybe go to the Golden State Warriors, which, hey, it could possibly happen. But I think there's a chance he comes back. I think Iggy and Trevor Ariza will both get the minimum deal. I think because Dragic's team option will get declined, he will look to go elsewhere, probably to the Dallas Mavericks. But then they can re-sign Duncan Robinson, probably on about $15 million a year. There's reports that teams are going to be offering him around $20 million. I just can't see him getting those deals, though. I don't know. It's just, I don't rate it. I hope he goes back to the Heat on a cheap deal on like $15 million. Then they'll bring back, you know, Victor Oladipo, probably $20 million, I'd say. I think he should go on. And then I think they can work on bringing in maybe a backup point guard for this team, like a Dennis Schroeder type dude who's been rumored and interested, apparently. I don't think Schroeder will go, though, because I don't think he likes big markets. So maybe a dude like TJ McConnell, I think would be cool, who can, you know, play make, still being a right, I guess, three-point shooter. When he's on, but he hasn't been good this season at all. I believe he only made like 16 threes this season, which is extremely weird. They could look at a dude like Caruso as well, you know, Kelly Oubre. I'm sure there'll be a lot of role players that they can get in potentially for this team. But if they can get a healthy, you know, Oladipo back, bring in, of course, Duncan Robinson back to this team. They'll have Tyler Hero, probably a dude like, you know, Kelly Oubre. And I think they'll still be looking to go after a star like, who knows, a Damian Lillard, etc. There could be a lot of big moves that this team will potentially obviously make. If any of them get done will be the real question. But I do think Kelly Oubre for this team would actually be pretty interesting and pretty cool, I suppose. So I guess we'll all have to see how this unfolds. But who knows, maybe the Warriors can get something out of this too. If they do a sign and trade, maybe they might be interested in Dragic. Who knows? Because if Dragic, you know, if the Heat maybe accept that team option, they can use a sign and trade of trading Dragic for Oubre. Would Dragic be a better fit for the Golden State Warriors? I'm sure that would be a pretty big question that they could be looking to ask, of course. They probably don't need guards on the Warriors, but hey, I know they're going to be having a big offseason themselves, the Golden State Warriors. They'll probably look to get rid of some guards, probably bring some new guards in. They'll look to bring in some new players in the draft. It will be all really interesting to see how this, of course, all goes down. But of course, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content and NBA news. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, EmmaIro/Long channels. And don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already, which I will link all of them in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.